Yo, what's up guys, it's Exclusive Gaming. This will be my first video on my second channel, which is just going to be my commentary channel. Alright, this video comes from BuzzFeed, and it's 36 questions women have for men.
How does it feel to be the same sex as Donald Trump?
What are you trying to get at this question? It really doesn't make any sense. Are you trying to say that because you think Donald Trump is a bad man, then all men are bad? Because I could quickly reverse this question into a different form against you by saying that you're the same sex as this woman and therefore you are a bad person, if that's what you're trying to get at. That really doesn't make any sense. It's not really a good question.
Why do you hate rom-coms? Or do you just feel like you need to hate them?
I don't know a single man that hates rom-coms with a passion. I know men that don't like them. I don't like them personally. I like movies like Marvel movies or war movies like Saving Private Ryan because that's what men like. They like things with guns. They like war movies. They like action movies. They don't like these romantic comedy movies that often have these men that are basically beta cuck simps that will basically give up everything in their life just for some girl. That's mostly why I think men don't like them. They like action movies. They don't like these little movies that, I don't know, they appeal to what women like, and they give them a false view of relationships.
Everybody likes The Notebook. Everybody likes Beyonce. It's just a fact.
No, not everybody likes Beyonce, and not everyone likes The Notebook. I don't know what The Notebook is, and because you say that everyone likes it, probably means I won't like it. And two, not everyone likes Beyonce. Some people like other music. I personally like country and rock. Doesn't mean I like Beyonce, okay?
Why do you make women sit around and talk about men in movies
When y'all easily just sit around and talk about boobs for hours.
We don't make women sit around and talk about men for hours. And two, we don't talk about boobs for hours either. Despite what many people think, men don't only think about sex and stuff. We like big trucks, we like guns, we like hunting, we like other things, we like movies. We don't just sit and talk about sex for hours.
Why do you automatically assume that you won't like TV or movies that star a female lead?
When did you hear that men don't like women as main characters? We honestly don't care. A lot of movies and TV shows that I liked when I grew up and still now have female characters as main leads. The only time men really don't like female characters, and not just men, women too, is when they're Mary Sues, which is when they are given special abilities just more or less because they're women and they happen to be the main character. For example, Star Wars with Rey. Compared to Luke, Luke earned it. He lost his arm with a battle with his father on Cloud City. He lost, and he worked really hard to train. You see Rey training for about less than 5 minutes in the movie, and you don't see her ever lose. She always wins. First time picks up a lightsaber, kicks a freaking Sith in the ass. I don't even know what they call him, but destroys Kylo. He's been training all of his life. He should have won. She should have lost there. That could have been a moment that would have showed that she is lost and has something to work for. But no, because she's a woman and she's the main character, they gave her extreme abilities that she did not work for. That's the only time men don't like women as the main character.
Are you surprised when women are funny?
I'm probably funnier than you.
No, we don't hate when women are funny. In general, women are usually not as funny as men. That is just a fact. There are more male comedians, that are more funny. Often female comedians try too hard and they make unrelatable jokes, which is fine if you make jokes about women that women can relate to, but you can't expect that the other half of the population, which is a male, to relate to your comedy. That's not how comedy works. And often males are, like I said, in general, more funnier than women. That's not sexism, that's just the truth. And second, you saying that you're probably more funnier than me is not true. I don't think I'm a really funny person, but I can, just by hearing you say that you think you're funnier than me, I can tell that you are not a funny woman. You're probably seen as an annoying person in your friend group or friend circle. Often people who say that they're funny are usually not that funny. If not, they're just annoying. Or they say jokes like, they say something that can be somewhat rude and offensive, and then they say just kidding, or that's a joke, or I was only playing. Those people aren't funny, you're annoying.
Why do you think think that we're obsessed with you when we hook up?
9 times out of 10, I just want you to leave too. I'm busy. I got shit to do.
I don't know when men think that you're obsessed. I have yet to see that or do that personally. And also, what kind of shit must you do? The only shit you must do is put 15 pounds of makeup on and then must bitch about men hating women online when that's not true. That's probably what you think that you've got to do. Post a tweet about how men are sexist and women are perfect and how Donald Trump is the worst president, the racist and sexist president. Trust me, I guarantee you do not have shit to do.
Why can't I sleep with as many people as I want to without being judged? When men do it, they're congratulated.
Okay, I will admit, yes, sometimes men are congratulated, but that is only really by their friends. They don't walk around with some sort of trophy or prize for sleeping with women. And second, it's much harder for men to sleep with a woman because women can just, most women, if you're clean and don't have any STDs, you could go up to any man and just ask him if you would like to have sex. And I don't care how ugly you are, unless if you're like a whale, he will most likely say yes. That it is much harder for men to do it because women can choose to do it whenever they want. Men have to often work for it, okay? And second of all, the reason most people will think of you as a slut or something like that is because if you sleep with a lot of men, you are most likely to have an STD that you may or may not even know about. And also, because if I am looking to find a girl that I would like to date and perhaps want to marry someday, I don't want a girl that is openly said and is kind of proud of sleeping with 30-some dudes or more. I want a girl that, I'm not saying I want a virgin, but I want a girl that has not been hoeing around and sleeping with every freaking dude and knows how big every guy's cock is in her class of high school, okay? I want a girl that I know that is gonna stay with me and hopefully be my wife. Not some girl that had like 30 failed relationships.
Why do you consider a woman a tease if she doesn't sleep with you after 3 dates, but a slut if she sleeps with you on the first date?
Who says this? I don't know a single person who says this. Like, honestly, the only thing I could possibly think is a woman on the first date. Other than that, I could physically not see anybody thinking that she's a tease if she doesn't sleep on the third, but a slut on the first. I honestly cannot tell you. This is just bullshit. You're just making shit up at this point. Or at least you're with some weird ass fucking man.
In what world does no mean yes?
No means no.
I know no man that thinks no means yes, okay? That's just a joke. Half the time, you guys don't say no. You don't say any of that. And most of the time when you say no, actually almost all the time, unless there's some rapist or some shit, when you say no, that no means no. Okay, that's a fake question. You're just making shit up again like before, okay? It's just, you're making stuff up.
Why do you say that women are too emotional to be leaders?
Then justify catcalling by saying men just can't control themselves.
I have yet to hear someone say that women are too emotional to be leaders. Okay? I just know that on average, men are usually stronger leaders. Yes, in the past, the reason some women can't become leaders is because of sexism, which doesn't exist socially or systematically, or whatever the fucking word is. Yes, there are some sexist people, just like there's some racist people. That does not mean that the system, or whatever you fucking call it, is racist to the country, okay? Or sexist. And second of all, I know some women that are okay with catcalling. Personally, I don't find a problem with it. If a girl, like, you can't tell if a girl's like that, but if you're like a creepy 40-year-old man and you see a girl that looks in her 20s, that's just fucking wrong. Don't do that. But if you're getting mad at a man that's basically complimenting you, what's the point? You put on thousands and thousands of pounds of makeup on your face for fucking years and shit, just to look good for men. And then when a man compliments you on it, you complain? Like, the only problem I could see is if it's a super old dude. That's the only time I personally could see it being weird.
Why do you think that just because you're nice to me, I owe you my body?
Why?
Nobody fucking thinks this. Like, that nobody. I don't even have nobody thinks this.
Why would you ever send an unsolicited dick pic?
I don't, and at least I hope none of my friends don't. If someone does, you can make fun of it, okay? At that point, just make fun of it. Like, no, and most people don't even do it. A lot of men don't even do it. It's just asking for bad shit to happen to you, okay?
Why do you feel like it's okay to harass women or make offensive comments about women, but when somebody does it to your sister, it's not okay?
First of all, they're called jokes. Offensive stuff are usually jokes, okay? This is the problem with most of you. That's why no one takes you seriously, because you guys take everything too literally. Something that was made to be a joke, you guys bitch about. I don't know if you know, but jokes are made to be offensive. A lot of jokes, if not all jokes, are rooted in dark stuff, okay? This is why I find it hard at the beginning when people say, I'm probably more funnier than you. Because you're probably not. When you get offended at offensive jokes, which is pretty much every joke makes fun of someone or something in some way. And second of all, I don't have a sister, but there's a difference between when it's family, okay? A lot of shit I would do if someone did to my own family that I wouldn't do if a normal person did, okay? That's just how family works, and that's what happens when you like someone or you love them, okay?
How does it feel to interrupt me when I'm in the middle of making a point during a meeting?
First of all, interrupting is not okay. Some people do it, but it's not because you're a woman is why if I did or someone does interrupt, it's not because you're a woman. They do the same to a man, okay? It's not sexism or mansplaining.
Why do you have to sit with your legs so wide open?
I get that you have balls, but I don't stand around with my arms wide open to make room for my boobs.
I fucking hate this because men have balls, okay, and they acknowledge that. There are these things that are between your fucking legs, and they're very sensitive. And when you get hit or crush them, it hurts like hell, okay? And second of all, the reason you don't sit with your arms out because your boobs are in front of your chest, okay? They're not in between your arms. If they're in between your arms by your armpits and stuff, your damn well arms would be fucking wide open sitting on the bus, okay? I don't understand the logic of this question. It makes absolutely no sense.
Why are women perceived as the weaker sex, even though we literally birth you? Like watermelons through like this.
Why?
It's because it's a fact. I know many women that could fucking whoop my ass. And that's not because I wouldn't fight a woman. It's just that they would easily whoop my ass, okay? Second of all, it is true. On average, look at the highest, I don't know what you call it, the strongest lift that a man can versus a woman. The man can like lift almost twice the size or weight, of what the woman can do. It's just a fact. Men are able to have more muscle mass, and it's just a fact.
Why is it so bad to show your emotions?
It means you're human.
I'm honestly not really even going to get into this question. They're perceived like that is because all men in society are forced to be strong people. They're not supposed to show their emotion. And I understand that in some situations men should and they don't. But overall, you want a strong man. You don't want a man who bitches and cries when everything goes wrong, okay? No girl wants that, unless if you want a beta cup, which I'm pretty sure that's what all these girls want.
Why are you always trying to prove your masculinity to me?
We're not.
Why the f isn't it ladylike to cuss? When did words get gendered?
Nobody says it's unladylike to cuss, okay? Nobody says that. That's just something you made up.
Why is it your first instinct to doubt women who have been sexually violated or raped?
Why?
The reason we do that is because often women make shit up to gain power and other things. There are a shit ton of stories of where women fake shit because the man either broke up with her, did something she didn't like, multiple shit like that, and they fake and they say that he raped her or he beat her, and it is not true. And even though they have been proof that it is not true, that he could still be put to jail, and even if he doesn't, his life can be ruined. There was a man who was sentenced for a sexual assault crime he didn't commit, and in jail his mother killed herself because she thought her son was a rapist when he wasn't. That's why we don't trust you when you first say that you've been sexually assaulted or raped. We wait till evidence comes out because evidence can be the changing factor between if a man kills himself or if he stays alive, okay? That's why.
You assume a woman's angry because she's on her period.
Why?
It's kind of a joke. Again, you guys can't take jokes. But also because science says that they're often more aggressive or they become provoked more easily when they're on their period, okay? That's a fact.
Why do you think women that wear makeup are false advertising? We can say the same thing about your dick size.
We really don't think that. The only time we ever think that is when you put a shit ton of makeup on that you could see it just weighing down your face. That's the only time we think that. That when it's off, you look like a totally different person. That's the only time we think that.
Why isn't it weird that there's a bunch of old white men sitting in a room making legislation about what I can and can't do with my body?
Why is it weird that women can make false claims about me and other men of things that we didn't do, and we can get fucking cast out by society, looked at by a rapist, even as a rapist, and many other horrible shit, even be sentenced even though we didn't do it? Why is that okay for women to do that? And second, to actually answer a question, it really isn't weird, because what you want to do with your body can actually hurt someone else's, aka a baby, or the man who didn't know that you were going to get an abortion, okay? It's not just your body. It's all other people's lives and the baby's own life.
How does it feel to get kicked in the balls?
It hurts like fucking hell.
Ever get tired of trying to be manly all the time? Why are you so afraid of gender equality?
First of all, we don't get tired of being manly all the time. And second of all, we're not afraid of gender equality. We're not. In fact, most men like that, okay? You just find any sort of thing, like, because you look at stats that say women make less even though it's been proven that they just work less or have lower education than that man. That's what the facts prove. You just don't look at them.
Why do I deserve to be paid less than you?
In what world does 77 cents equal $1?
In what world does 68 cents equal $1?
How is that fair?
Because it doesn't fucking happen. Oh my God, it doesn't happen, especially with the black girl. She thinks because she's black and she's a woman, she'll make even less, which is not true. Because if it was, then why wouldn't they hire only women and only black women? Because then they could pay them less and the company could keep more money. That just pops a massive fucking hole in their ideology and their thought process on that topic.
Why are opinionated women seen as bitches?
When opinionated men are seen as bosses.
Why aren't you speaking up when you hear your male friends behind closed doors make jokes that are offensive to women?
Why are you so afraid of recognizing your own privilege?
I'm gonna answer all three of these right now in a single time. First of all, we don't see you as bitches because you have an opinion. It's because you go about it like a bitch. You are overly sassy, you talk down and demean, okay? That's why we see you as bitches. And often men don't do that. And when they do, we see them as bitches, okay? And also, when we see our friends make offensive jokes, it's like I said before, jokes often offend someone, some group, or something in a way, okay? Either someone's getting hurt from doing something stupid, or someone did something and you're making light of it. We don't want to be the fucking party killer or buzz killer like I assume you are, because you are so funny is what you say, you self-proclaimed. And also, we aren't afraid to admit that we're privileged because we're not. We aren't. Privilege comes from if your parents worked hard and to give you a better life. That's privilege. You got privilege from your parents working hard. That's not because you're a man that you get privilege. That's not how it works. America is a country full of privilege compared to other countries. People piss me off. Alright guys, that'll be the end of it. Sorry it was so long. I'll see you guys next time.